There are way too many podcasts.
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's good, entertaining creators that deserve the attention, but there's also too many podcasts that don't really talk about anything at all.
Have you ever had to shit at a man's house? Yeah, I just shit. I don't even try to hide it.
It seems like it's gotten to the point where if you have a following on social media, big or small, odds are the next kind of content that you're going to be making is sort of a content evolution, is a podcast.
What in God's name is going on in the world of podcasting? I got everybody in that granny thinking they need to start one up.
And it's so easy to start one nowadays, right? You just need a few friends, a few microphones, and a general idea of what you're going to be talking about.
So a shirt tussie is when you have a fat cooter and your cooter decides to take a bite out of your shirt.
It could be about conspiracy theories, internet drama, hosting random celebrities to interview. Yeah, I just described Impulsive, by the way, Logan Paul's podcast. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm promoting my music.
Yeah, man, if I were you, I'd write a song and have ChatGPT write all the lyrics.
Besides the hundreds of thousands of podcasts that you could listen to right now, I thought it'd be good to start at the bottom of the brain rot barrel, and that's where people are faking their own podcasts.
So instead of recording 2 hours of people talking, they record a minute of themselves talking to themselves and pretend like it's part of a larger show.
Yes, there are in fact people who have set up equipment just to make it look like they have a podcast. Like somehow a mic is giving them the authority to say the dumbest shit ever.
I think that a lot of women are single right now in these days because they don't please their man. Like they refuse.
Okay, this trend is not new. There are a lot of people on YouTube that have made videos talking about fake podcasts, so I'm not really gonna get into it, but there is one account that I thought was pretty funny. This is Vicky in Public, who may have been on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know. I don't listen to that. I don't know. But obviously I don't watch that. But keep in mind, she doesn't have a podcast herself. I'm not really sure who she's talking to, maybe the wall, but she's not even recording with the microphone in front of her turned on.
Like if you're not giving it up to your man every single day, then he should leave your ass.
It's really funny to me to think that someone is setting up all this equipment just to talk to themselves. Like if it was that easy, I mean, I might as well, right? I talk to myself. This will shock you. Why is water wet? Okay, think about that. Water is wet because it's water, but also let that sink in. I'm eating pretzels, by the way. They're really good. Okay. Besides all of that, there's a small but growing group of influencers that use the one thing that got them famous and never stop talking about it, despite also wanting to not be known for that thing.
And I want you guys to get to know me better than Hawk Tuah.
And that's the Hawk Tuah girl, also known as Haley Welch, where her 15 seconds of fame turned into, I don't actually know, a desperate attempt by her management team to make her a full-time creator, maybe? And even though I'm sure everyone here knows exactly who this girl is, if for some reason you've been living under a rock recently, if so, I don't blame you. Then let me give you a very quick rundown. Haley Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl, appeared in a street interview earlier this summer where she said this.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing.
The clip went insanely viral, and somehow she managed to create an entire career out of a few seconds.
No, it's Tuah. Like, you really gotta put your emphasis. Yeah.
So then she eventually got signed into an agency and made a podcast with the help of the Paul brothers.
Probably heard, but we signed Haley Welch, Miss Hawk Tuah, to Better Media, the legend, and she just put out her first podcast.
Calling the podcast Talk Tuah.
Great name, by the way. Great name.
Talk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Yeah, way to move on from the meme. Okay.
And I want you guys to get to know me better than Hawk Tuah.
Even the first episode of the podcast says in the description, she is so much more than that. Yeah, so let me tell you though, the first few episodes of her podcast were rough.
Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah.
You know, they make a lot of sex jokes.
Yeah, shit, if you want to come over here and munch on this rug, go for it, boy.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the two hiding in the dark corner barely get to speak in the back.
Well, you don't have any wrinkles.
Do you really get it?
But as you can kind of tell, there's a bit of a theme with this podcast. I'm going to show you one more clip just to let you kind of guess what it is.
Haley, when the hell did you have Bobby Lee on the podcast?
What?
That's Kim Jong-un.
Hey, it was far away in my...
Is that Photoshop?
I don't know. Did you have him on your podcast?
Oh, I don't think.
Yeah, so this podcast is about nothing. Literally nothing. But I mean, there are only 3 episodes in, kind of, to the podcast by this point. How are you that booked and busy that you don't even know who you had on as a guest?
I don't know. Did you have him on your podcast? Oh, I don't think.
To be fair, though, I think the first few episodes are probably the craziest.
So a shirt tussie is when you have a fat cooter and your cooter decides to take a bite out of your shirt.
Maybe you're getting too long of shirts. How are they getting stuck in like a claw machine? There's been a lot of special guests coming on the podcast recently that hopefully Haley's now remembering, unlike before.
Oh, I don't think.
People like JoJo Siwa.
So what's one move in bed that makes a woman go crazy?
There's a lot.
I'm telling you, JoJo, this is like the primo guest that Haley could have had on the podcast. This is who it is. Okay, I just want to put that out there.
Well, I answered mine. Mine was that right there, actually.
Yeah, we know. We know. It is your branding.
I have been a bottom for a very long time. I'm definitely was like always bottom. Like always never fucked around being top, like always bottom.
Literally a day ago from making this video, she had Wiz Khalifa on, Jake Paul, Josh Richards.
The next Plato and Socrates. So
What the fuck does that mean?
we're like philosophers, essentially. Do you know who they are?
No.
I mean, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this podcast in particular. A lot of people have made videos about it. Listen, I don't like following the commentary YouTuber meta where everyone just agrees that something is bad. No. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I don't know if I'm just like the target audience. I don't know, but I don't want to sit here and act like that this is not entertaining. There's just something about this kind of dumb shit that feels like a reality show.
What is good for the whole is not always good for the soul.
You know, you don't watch The Real Housewives or The Bachelor to learn anything. You watch it because it's entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, the Costco guys.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
You know, the guys that go double chunk chocolate cookie.
What makes a double choc chocolate cookie? What makes a double choc chocolate?
People have pointed out that the Costco guys, their eyes are like crazy. They got like crazy eyes. It's funny because it reminds me of like the blue-eyed meme, you know, where people with blue eyes don't blink and they just look at you like this.
What's your favorite color?
My color?
Yeah.
Blue.
AJ and Big Justice, right? Father and son duo. They kind of have a weird branding thing going on where they would rate food based on a boom or doom scale.
This is 100% a 5. Boom! Boom!
Boom meaning good and doom bad.
Chicken bake?
Or the double chunk chocolate cookie.
I'm gonna give the chicken bake a boom and the double chunk chocolate cookie a boom!
And the boom thing never stopped. It got to the point where they were doing up to 5 booms at once.
That's 5 big booms!
Just right off the bat, this is content made for kids. This is unlike Hawk Tuah. This seems way more planned out, way more family friendly. They're not talking about merkins.
I don't know, maybe I'll get a merkin.
What's that?
It's a wig that's pubic hair.
Or shirtussies. This is very wholesome content.
We're Costco guys. Of course we have to try out the furniture.
Now, obviously, there's the whole thing with being highly commercialized content and child labor laws, and I don't like the idea of kids being content creators. Check out this video where I can talk about that, but these guys really are just having fun.
This is just crazy to me. I've always wanted one of these as a kid. I am still a kid and I have one.
With that having fun, with all of that fame, they started a podcast type show called the AJ and Big Justice Show on YouTube. They tried out food from Costco. They had guests like the Rizzler on. Yeah, the kid that popularized the Riz face, I think. I mean, this kid gets millions of views and it's crazy. Okay, this is how to do the Riz face from the Rizzler. God, that is quite a sentence.
All you need to do is do this. Suck in like this.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
But yeah, back to the AJ and Big Justice Show. Despite showing up on multiple major podcasts like the one with FaZe Rug.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. This is incredible. I mean, we're here in Rug's living room, Big Justice.
Yeah, on their show, it's really just their family having fun, talking.
Bring the boom! Let's go!
I did see a few clips though. AJ, the dad, was being asked brain rot terms.
What does Sigma mean?
Sigma means like top of your class, like really cool.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Big Justice confirmed, that's what it means.
All right, Big Justice goes boom!
Boom, 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 boom.
here's the thing. There's content for everybody. You know, if you don't want to watch that, you know, you don't have to. But yeah, there's a lot of content on the internet that is just pure brain rot. Podcasts, advertisements, you name it, someone's doing it.
And I'm watching it.
You know, there is one thing that kind of ties back with everything else, and that is the connection to the Paul brothers. Maybe they are the ones to blame for creating all of this.
Every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow. 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months. Never done before.
Alright, that's all I have for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Just remember, stay cool.
That's what we do. We bring the boom.